Hi, this is Scott Love with GreatRecruiterTraining.com. I'm on my way to the airport today, finishing 2 days of in-house training and consulting with a large search firm in Ohio, Amotech, a 21-person search firm that does a lot of recruiting in manufacturing and other industries. And one of the neat things I learned, my new friend Steve Melfi, who's a managing director, and my client there, he actually spent 6 years on the other side, on the dark side, as an in-house recruiter, an executive in human resources with a Fortune 500 company. Now, if you're a third-party recruiter, you have two types of clients. You've got line managers, which includes executives, managers, and owners. They have different needs. They look for people in terms of what are results and outcomes, how long is this person going to stay with me. You also have human resources that has a different sort of need in terms of what they look for in hiring a candidate. As a recruiter, you've got to look at your prospect and find out what are their buying motives, what are their buying behaviors, and sell to that. So let's ask Steve, what are those things that he would look for in a search firm that he would give all his business to? So Steve, you're a former executive with the Fortune 500 company in human resources. Now you're an executive recruiting managing director. What would you say when you were on the other side? What were those things that you look for in a search firm?
The first key criteria I looked for was a search firm that wanted to understand my process. And what I mean by that is the approach on the phone call their approach was to find out how our talent acquisition process worked. Too many recruiters in my mind call in and right away they start talking about their process, their approach, and they don't even understand the customer. So I would say one of the biggest keys that I found effective in recruiters that I would speak with were the ones that were interested in my process first. How does our talent acquisition process work? Even though my job was the manager of talent acquisition and 100% involved in recruiting and managing the recruiting process in-house, I eventually got tired of the recruiters calling me. And even though that was my job to talk to recruiters, it was more and more involved in their approach, which made it very difficult for me to answer all their questions.
So Steve, you're telling me about retained search firms. When you've got high-level, successful firms coming into your office, how do they sell to you guys?
Their approach is more fact-finding. They are asking the questions. They are finding out about the business, the structure, the process, the short and long-term objectives. So their approach is more of asking questions first before they go into any dialogue on their process or their approach.
So just like Steve said, let me summarize this into 3 questions that you ask every new client as you're developing a new relationship. The first one is this: what steps have you taken so far to fill that position? That's a good qualifying question. You know exactly what's been done, if it's worth your time to spend time talking with them. Second question is this: tell me about your situation within your company. What's going on? What's the problems that aren't being solved by having this open position? What's the implication if this position doesn't get filled? That comes from Spin Selling. If you've never read the book, I'd recommend it. It's Neil Rackham. You can get the book list of other sales books I'd recommend on my website at GreatRecruiterTraining.com. The third question is this: what's important to you in choosing a search firm, a firm that you would partner with to do business with? So now you understand about their business. You understand about the opening and the impacts going on. Now you can sell for the need. The way you start that is to start with this one question: let me tell you about what's unique about our firm, about our process, and how we can solve that problem that you just told me about. And then you make that segue from fact-finding to now you finally have all the information to sell, and you sell to their buying motives. Thanks for watching. This is Scott Love. Visit my website, GreatRecruiterTraining.com, for free articles, tools, and downloads that will help you become a more successful recruiter. Thanks for watching. Now get back on the phone.